Good morning, it's Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace, and today I'm going to show you how I make this faux wood out of styrofoam board that you can purchase at the dollar store. We're going to first start by showing you how you can cut this. What I do is I take a straight edge and I take my knife and just a razor blade, and I push down really hard and I go along that edge. This is how you'll get that super straight. Obviously, if you run out of your edge, you're going to line that back up, put your razor back in, and push down super hard. Now, I'm doing this on a granite surface, so I want to push all the way through. And that's how you get that super straight edge. If it doesn't come all the way apart, which is usually what happens at the beginning, just kind of run your razor all the way down. But you want to be super careful, like I said, if you're not using a surface that you can do that. So now I have my plank for my wood. What I recommend is doing it about 3.5, because a true piece of wood is exactly 3.5. If it's 2x4, they're actually 3.5, so it will look realistic. But that's how we're gonna get started. Next, let me show you here. We got some supplies that we'll be using. One is ink by Waverly. All these you can pick up at Walmart. This size is about $10. The small size is $1.67, and it goes a long way. So you could probably just buy these size. Next, this is a wax. It just comes clear and as a wax, okay? And then this is also a wax, and it is called antique wax. Okay, so we have one paint that is chalk paint in black. We have a wax clear, and then we have the brown wax. Okay, next you can pick up some of these sponges at the Dollar Tree also, and they are just little makeup sponges for dabbing. You can also pick up one of these sponges. It actually is a full circle, and I just cut them in little pieces, but you can purchase that also at the Dollar Tree. Next, I don't know if you ladies have seen these at the Dollar Tree, but it's like a little pink poker, and you can use that also. I also have a chip brush, and this is like a textured rough brush, and you can pick these up. I do believe the Dollar Tree sells them, or Lowe's. They're very inexpensive. Next, my good old tin that is a stove cover, and I use that because it doesn't stick and I can kind of spread that. Also, if you check out my channel, I did a super cute tutorial on using those to make a wreath. Tape measure just for basically measuring your planks. If you want to use some gloves, and that's my rag. It is a little bit messy if you have a problem with being messy. When you're done with your sponges, it is a wax, so you can either use super hot water and soap to take it off, or you could just put them in a Ziploc bag for the next time, which is what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how we're going to start. First, I grab my little poker and I just poke holes. This is just to give your plank some non-perfections, okay? Now, you can use this side if you want to make a few flaws, just kind of lines, whatnot. And that will also make it look like wood. Don't worry if on your foam there's any kind of marks or indentation, because that's what makes it kind of look cool. Next, no sophistication here. To make your knots, just take your nail and make like a circle. And you could do those down the board. You'll just kind of poke them in. Nothing too fancy here. If it rips, no big deal. Be careful. And we'll just, those will be our knots. And just Can you see? Just push, literally push down. If you have fake nails, probably gonna be a little easier. I don't have fake nails, but that will make our knots. Okay, so next I'm going to take some of my antique and my clear. Okay, that one's the brand new bottle. And we're going to just take that, and throw that away. And we're going to pour that in your tray. What I do is, it looks white. Let me show you there. It looks white, although it is clear. And then we're going to also pour a little bit of our antiquing on my tray. Okay. Woo, geez, not that much. Holy moly. We'll just put a little bit. When it comes, I guess it comes out quickly, huh? I don't want to waste this because really you don't need that much. Lord have mercy. That's what you get when you go live, right? Okay, so I'm going to kind of blot this out a little because this is a super lot now on my brush. And you could always use a little bit of paper towel and get some of that out. But I'm going to start by putting this on my board. Now, it is important that you just don't do this with regular paint because, and right where those marks are that I made for my knots, you kind of push down in there so they turn, you know, brown. But you just want to wipe this, get it in those cracks and all your little holes. But you want to wipe this. As I was saying, it's important to use these materials, and there is other waxes, obviously. Annie Sloan has some different kinds of waxes and things like that. But you want to use a wax only because this is paper. Now you can see this looks pretty good even just like that. However, we're not finished. We're going to just make your edges brown. Antique those so that it looks legit. We sure don't want white edges with our boards. So we'll get that all on there. Okay. Now, you will take a little bit of your black, and hopefully we won't have the same disaster here. And we're going to put a little on our tray also. Now I used a separate brush for my black, and we're going to dip that into that clear, and then we're going to sponge that out. The whole reason why we're doing that is we're taking and making our paint another wax, okay? And by doing that, it's going to make it more pliable to spread. Now you want to take and just wipe that in unevenly, and you know what, you can highlight the edges a little bit more because that's how real wood would be. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm doing randomly. Now if it gets liney like this, that obviously doesn't look like wood, you're just going to take a little bit more of your clear wax and just rub it in. Now this will also depend on if you want more of a gray wood, brown wood. You know, this is where you can become a little creative and work it in. Now, I have this kind of like I like. I'm gonna get that dark right on that end. Now let's just say that you get it like that and you just don't like it. By using the clear wax, this is also will pull it back out. So I would just take a clean part of my sponge and I would dip it in there in the wax and just move it around a little more. See how you can lift it back out so that you can play with this medium a little, okay? So this is really just a very basic, simple wood look. Now, also, the sponge that I had for the little makeup sponge, I would also dip that in my black, just like that, with a little bit of that clear. And I'm going to get most of that out of there. And then I will use that to go around my knots. And you kind of don't want it to be square or nothing like that, but we're going to put it a little bit heavier on that. Then I will go back in with my brown and just kind of lightly spread over that and take some of that back out. Not too much, because you do want it to look like a wood knot. See? Where this one I kind of took out a little bit, but that's okay. Then you just go back and put a little bit more in there. Just kind of tap it and put it around there, and then just kind of, this way it's like blended, it looks real, because that's kind of how wood looks. What do you guys think? Hey, I'm really trying to get more subscribers on my YouTube so that I can go live on my YouTube, and you must have 1,000 followers. So if you guys would all go over to Gilbert Marketplace on YouTube and subscribe, I truly appreciate it. This way I can do them faster. Hey everyone, you have a great day, and I hope this explains how you do it. Again, just to recap, you'll need some black ink and chalk paint. You'll need the clear wax in Waverly or any other brand. You'll need an antique wax in brown, and your metal tray, some sponges, and the chip brush. Actually, this chip brush, I didn't even show you. Oh, I forgot my white. But if you want a little bit of line to it, you can take this and just lightly go across it with a little bit of white. And that will give you a little bit more lines to it. So you can see how this one has a little bit of white lines and this one doesn't. And that way, that's what you'll do with that. I did not grab my white, but you'll just do that also if you'd like a little bit of line and texture. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video and you guys have a great day.